I don't have kids, and I want you in my world. Don't you understand? Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give all day long. Your love is a one in a. Hey, it's Bria Valentine. Welcome back to my channel. And this video is going to be kind of a testimonial, I guess, or just me talking about my experience with being on Nexplanon, which is a form of birth control. It is a little plastic stick that is implanted in your arm, your non-dominant arm, and it's supposed to last 3 years. And you're supposed to be, you know, kid-free. My neighbors are building something upstairs. I'm assuming what this noise is, so just bear with that. But back to this. So I got on Nexplanon when I was 18. I was a senior in college, and my grandma had already been kind of on my case about getting on some form of birth control. And I was just like, Grandma, I don't need that. Like, I don't know. I was like, I'm not really, you know, into boys in that way yet, Grandma. I haven't gotten there. Like, you know, I was like, Grandma, just don't worry. I'm fine. I'm safe. But my grandma was like, no, I don't believe you. She was like, birth control, she was like, just do it. I guess my grandma had 2 daughters. So my grandma never has pretended to be naive about how nasty young people are. So she was adamant about it, especially before I went off to college. And at some point, I just stopped trying to just convince my grandma that I wasn't doing anything. So I was just like, okay, I'll go. So I went down to the health department by myself. And then I got an appointment, and I went to my appointment. But the night before my appointment, I was like on the internet, deep in a rabbit hole, searching, trying to like understand what I was getting myself into, what kind of birth control method was probably best for me. I was trying to find YouTube videos on it, but I really wasn't finding a lot of videos where girls were talking about their experience, at least truthfully. There were a lot of ads when I was looking at this, and I was like, why would I believe an advertisement over like a real person? I don't know. But so I went into the doctor's appointment thinking I was as educated as I could be, and she comes in and she's offering like all the methods. So she was like, well, you have the option to get the IUD. She explained how they would implant that. I was like, oh no way you guys are gonna put that in there. Like, I was like, I'm here by myself. I was just like, this sounds like a form of surgery. So I was like, honestly, I'm looking for something kind of painless, something reliable. So she goes, do you want the pills? She was like, you just have to remember to take those. It's the only way they're going to be effective if you take them at the same time every single day. I had cousins taking the pill. I had people I knew taking the pill. And I got little cousins now. I have like, no. So I was like, that's not an option. Because to me, the pill was a scam. Like, it was scamming people out here. People were still having kids. I was like, I don't want that. And she offers this like ring that you can put up there yourself. She's like, this one is easy. It doesn't hurt. You can implant it yourself. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, girl, no. And apparently you had to like implant it every 3 weeks, or remove it every 3 weeks so you can have your cycle. And I was just like, this sounds like something major I'm gonna have to prepare myself to do. And just no. So finally we get to the choice of Nexplanon, and she explains how it's inserted, and basically that process is like they numb your arm with a with the needle, which honestly, that's the worst part. Like, it's just a shot on the inside of your arm. Yeah, but after you get past that, you don't really feel anything else. You don't feel the implant being inserted. Yeah, you don't experience any of that stuff. So getting past that shot was the worst thing. But like I said, I went on myself after school one day. After high school, I was driving. I was a senior. And I went and got this implant. So she numbed my arm. And when I got home, I was just like, I can't believe none of y'all came with me to this. I was like, y'all not going to believe what they did to me. And my family was like, girl, why you didn't just get the pills? Why would you go down there and get something we never heard of and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you telling me 3 years, not a deal? But that was just the tip of the iceberg. So, like, when I got on it, I know my boyfriend probably thought I was insane because my emotions was all over the place. Like, I was just, stuff used to make me so sad. Or, like, I would act like stuff was the end of the world, which could just have been me being young. But at the same time, I used to just cry. Like, what is going on with this lash? I just think these might be a little too dramatic for today's look. But yeah, look at my eyes. There, you can tell these are on 2 different ways. Anyways, so I get the implant put in. I had a period for like a month straight for the first month that I got it. That was terrible. 0 out of 10. I was pissed about having a period for so long. I went back to the doctor like so many times because I'm like, something isn't right. Something is off here, and we need to get to the bottom of whatever this is, because nobody should be on their cycle for this long. Anyways, the doctor was like, no, it's normal to have an irregular period. You're fine. Just give it a little time. And, you know, come back if things don't change. And maybe you can try another form. So, I'm a trooper. I stuck it out. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to make this work. So, I just stay with it. I would say I was, like, a little emotional. That stayed there for a while until I started to adjust, and then I was able to be like, okay, Bria, you are a little overreacting a little here. You can bring it down. Sorry, trying to put on lashes and talk. I'm just come back when these are done. Okay, so we're back. I don't know why I chose the most dramatic lash I have, but here we are. So back to it. So the first thing was my emotions. That took a while for me to kind of get under control and manage. I felt like just a little crazy for a while, just because, I don't know, it was just like stuff would hurt your feelings, but it would really hurt your feelings. And like, I don't know, it's a lot that's a big part of it. Like, it's just like having cycle emotions every day. But eventually I started to manage it, and I was just able to be like, okay, this is me. I don't know what else is going on. I also started like working out a little bit more, so that was an outlet. But you just gotta realize, I think, is this really bothering me? And like I said, I just kind of mellowed out after a while. So as my body adjusted, I guess it was easier to navigate my emotions. Yeah, my emotions were all over the place. One time my family cooked dinner, everybody had eaten, I fell asleep, took a nap because for some reason I was super tired. Fatigue was a constant thing for a little bit of time. But my family, they were like all eating dinner, and they made me a plate, set it to the side, and I woke up, just ate the plate, but apparently it was 2 plates set to the side. So I ate the wrong plate and I bust into tears. Like, I'm talking about, you would have thought somebody died the way I was crying. So that was a little over the top. Like, usually now I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna cry because I did something wrong, but sometimes I realized I was overreacting to a lot of stuff. And eventually I was able to manage that a little bit better. So it wasn't like I was just a drama queen every single day. But yeah, I just know I'll probably have some guys thinking I am insane. They're probably like, boy, she be crying. It's embarrassing now that I think about it, like really think about it. But yeah. And honestly, I have just learned to accept that. But my emotions mellowed out after a while. It did not continue. I was not like that forever and ever. I mean, I might drop a tear now and then, but it's nowhere like it used to be. And sometimes I was nauseous. I realized that a lot after getting on Nexplanon. I used to just not want certain foods, or you eat and it just make you feel sick, and I just don't feel great right now. So I don't know, it's just, are the side effects better than the alternative, which could be to possibly have a baby if you were, you know, deciding to not be safe? Yeah, I don't know. It was definitely an experience. I would say the worst part was having such an irregular cycle. The first year was kind of tough. It was all over the place. For the first month after I had a cycle, for that entire month, then I went 2 years without a cycle. Then I started having them again. And then when I got a new implant after the first 3 years, it stopped again altogether. And in the last year, I started to see my cycle again. So it's just like, you never know what you're going to get there. I'm trying to think of anything else. Am I going to get it a third time? Probably not. I think, I just think it's time for me to transition to something else. I think I wouldn't take the pills. I feel like I'm not a teenager anymore. I definitely feel like I can probably handle like being responsible and taking the pill when I'm supposed to. I really just want to take it because I think having a severe cycle is just 0 out of 10. But I mean, there are probably other ways to deal with that, but I still kind of want to be on some method of birth control. Just, I don't know why. I was nauseous a lot. I went to the doctor about that. She was like, you know, you're fine. You just need to adjust. It's probably the next one, blah, 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 blah. But she was just like, just give it some time. It'll work itself out. You'll feel fine. And I can guarantee there were some moments where I was just like, I'm gonna get this taken out. I don't want to deal with this. But it got better for me. Like, it got to the point where I forgot I was even on it. But I do know some people who were just like, yeah, I couldn't deal with the side effects. So I feel like just like a lot of other things, it affects everybody differently. So I would just listen to your body. If you're watching this video because you're considering Nexplanon as a birth control option, but I would just say listen to your body, communicate with your doctor. And yeah, it just takes being aware, deciding what you really want, deciding what's right for you, and just with the type of cycle I've had since I was in middle school. Birth control has made it a lot easier on me. I don't miss work. Yeah, cramps aren't as bad. So yeah, that was kind of my experience on Nexplanon. Besides like the crazy emotions like crying over little stuff, or just going to the doctor over every little thing, because I was just like, is something wrong? Is something going on with me? So as somebody who is a nervous Nelly who was on birth control since I was 18, I am now headed to turn 24. I'm 23 right now. It was a good choice for me, you know, from starting a part of my life that I might not have been ready for. But it did come with some side effects that took some like time to adjust to get used to. So when I say communicate with your doctor, talk to your doctor, is this the right one for you? There could be other options. I have people I work with, people I know that have decided to go different routes, and they enjoy the choice they chose. So do your research, talk to your medical professionals, and just think about it. Is Nexplanon something I really want? Because you'll get caught up in the 3 years. You don't have to worry about it. You're taking like armoring up, as the stupid commercial would say. But I don't know. You just need to look into it. But yeah, I would say there have been times I have forgotten I was even on it, and it felt like nothing is normal. But I could have just adjusted to the birth control field, the hormone levels. Did it make it hard for me to lose weight, or did I gain weight easily? I don't think so. I think it didn't really affect that aspect of my life so much. Or like, I just feel like your weight goes up and down being a woman going from being a kid to an adult. So some weight loss and weight gain is just gonna come with age and diet change and just so many other things. But that's my experience with Nexplanon. If I will continue my Nexplanon journey, I think I am going to switch to the pills, just because I'm not in a relationship right now, so I don't feel like I need the security of Nexplanon. But I also want still some form of birth control. Also, I'm tired of keeping up with every 3 years changing to a new birth control. That's getting really old. So yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
Between me and you, I feel a chemistry. I won't let no one come and take